I'm so happy to see you here at the World Changes Forum. Could you please share a little about yourself? Because I already know your story and I'm sure it will be interesting for our viewers.
Thank you so much for having me, and nice meeting you here. And what you're doing is amazing, because if we all would volunteer for this important events like World Changes Summit and speak about all these global issues, especially the influence and impact of AI to our new generation, for our next generation, and teach them and bring awareness how to use AI. This is so important, and this is so meaningful. So I live in Los Angeles. I moved there from London 6 years ago. My story is a little bit unusual. When I was 18 years old, my father, who at that time was a high-ranking officer, sent me to a military academy, but it's a special military academy. If you remember the KGB, and then it became FSB after I was working for the department fighting against human and drug trafficking, especially with foreign countries like Afghanistan, who would bring heroin in big amounts to Russia and then distribute it to Europe. I was the one, together with my team, who would go to different criminal groups, investigate, get more information, do the reports. I would be the one who would be the bait, going inside and infiltrate the criminal targets, and then together with my team we would arrest the criminal team and release those victims who were kidnapped for sexual trafficking, for the human trafficking.
You basically put your life at risk to save the life of others, and this is really important. This is really inspirational example how people sacrifice themselves in order to make the world a better place and fight crime. And thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you. You know, I will tell you this. If there's so many parents who would completely understand. That time I wasn't a parent. I was just 18 years old, and I was doing this for a few years. When you would see the amount of those underage children who would be kidnapped literally from the schools when they would go back home, from different countries around the world, including post-Soviet countries, and those children, both genders, and boys and girls, would be sold or just sent to another country for the human trafficking, or like it's really sad to say, for the organs. And it's still happening right now. For example, according to statistics, over 300,000 underage people are kidnapped for the sexual trafficking only in the United States annually. And this is a huge amount. It's what just we know and what we don't know. But I do believe that bringing awareness to this social big problem, especially teaching parents and educating female young generation, and of course boys, for example, do not leave their glass unattended in a public place. Do not speak or go into private areas with somebody you don't know. This is so essential. This is, as parents, we need to teach our children in order to prevent these problems, because when it happens, it's very, very difficult to track these children, to track these victims and help them to escape and release them.
And I know that you published a book on this topic, and thank you for raising awareness about this issue.
Thank you. Yes, of course, of course. I mean, we have to do it, right? That's what we are standing for, what's the World Changes Summit stands for, and we're here in Vatican, and there's so many amazing people with the great experiences, and professors and scientists and doctors who are all there from all around the world, speaking about the same problem, to bring awareness to the social issues and helping especially young generation, because this is our future.
What are your impressions of World Changers Summit, of today's topic, transgender and future of humanity? Was there a specific speech that really impressed you?
Absolutely. This is the second day. I was invited by the Professor Gabriele, which I just adore, and I've heard his story, which is remarkable, and what he does for the world, giving back, going through his own personal challenges. It's just amazing and remarkable how he unites all people together and also educating others and bringing awareness to these, global issues. And the topic which I really love that so many people actually spoke about is how can we educate our young generation of using artificial intelligence and internet and ChatGPT in the right way. How can we protect them? Because if a young child, for example, 7, 9 years old, would use ChatGPT from the father's or mother's phone and perhaps ask very dangerous questions and make his own childish observation, which may obviously not to be correct, and make certain actions based on that ChatGPT answer. So that's so important for us as parents and adults to teach our children to be careful with this artificial intelligence. As Pope Francis said, the internet is the God's gift, but it's important to know how to use it wisely. So it's exactly the same thing for the AI. We need to learn how to use it wisely, especially we need to teach our children how to use it correct.
This is exactly the topics of today. How do we combine artificial intelligence, development of technologies, and ethics?
Absolutely, and this is just powerful. And again, as a mother of a teenager, and I see his friends and classmates, I just understand this is so important topic, and that's why I'm here. I'm very honored to be here and honored to participate this important summit.
If you could say one phrase, one powerful message for our viewers, what would it be?
First of all, okay, one sentence. Never give up. No is not the answer. And believe that in any darkness, in any dark tunnel, you will always find the light. Just focus on the positive things and go further.